What is going on, you beautiful people? DJ's here with another Advance Wars Days of Ruin replay analysis. That's right, it's been a hot second since we reviewed a Days of Ruin game, and what better way to get back into it than show this Fog Classic between two extremely high-level players. Now, for some of you guys that aren't as familiar with Days of Ruin, I highly recommend checking my whole playlist first so you understand the mechanics that differ from normal Advance Wars. Especially in Fog, there's a lot of changes regarding vision. So check out that playlist first so you don't get a little too confused. But for those of you that do know Advance Wars Days of Ruin, these are top players. Plague is considered probably the best Advance Wars Days of Ruin player, period. Fog, standard play, you name it. However, Matemon, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Matemon, he is also a top 3. I think he was actually top of Fog above Plague for a good period of time. So yeah, this guy is no slouch whatsoever. These guys are titans when it comes to Advance Wars Days of Ruin. What better way to learn and get back into the groove of Advance Wars Days of Ruin than check out the best of the best. Now, we got an interesting map here. It's called Diagonal Dip, and it's an extremely low income map, 12k income per side. And similar, like I mentioned earlier, to changes in Advance Wars, this is even more dire than it seems because infantry do not cost 1k in Advance Wars Days of Ruin. They cost 1.5k. So 2 infantry is 3k. So yeah, you have 12k per side. So income is huge. Now, if you look at the map, the most contested properties are these 3 and a line right here. Now, why? Technically, they're closer to purple, these ones are, but they're within red's airport range. So you see these 3 are the usual suspects when it comes to flipping properties, and properties are highly important. Like I said, 12k per side, just even bumping that up to 13k versus 11k, that's huge. So you're going to see a lot of unit sacks to get income. This is one of the few maps where I maybe would argue that unit count is not as important as income. So sacking units to get income could be quite worth it on this map. Also, when you're on lower income, mechs are better, and mechs are cheaper too. They're 2,500 instead of 3,000 like in normal Advance Wars, so mech spam is more applicable. Anti-air a little bit cheaper, I don't know how relevant that is. But also, you would need to worry about the artillery, because artillery are pretty good on lower income maps, especially with these little mountains. You got forests, you can sneak them in. They're also hidden on cities. Vision does not go to cities unless you move by them, so cities actually will hide your units. Look at this. Vision range, hideable units, ground units. So no, air units cannot hide, but ground units can hide in cities and forests. So that's a new mechanic. Artillery are good, and therefore Plague opted to choose the CO Gauge. And Gauge's specialty? Indirect units. Now this is Gauge Plus. So I want to say that the original Gauge was not a very good CO, so they plussed him. Unlike Advance Wars by Web, they actually nerf and buff COs to make them more equal, so they get a lot more playability, which I really appreciate. So original Gauge didn't. So what are the difference here? Well, his CO units gain 20% offense. So now his tanks, or whatever you want to put in the CO unit, usually a tank because it has great mobility, great versatility, 20% offense. And now instead of naval units and indirects with before it was just naval units and indirect units get 10% defense, but now it's ground units and naval units get 10% defense. Also indirect units, I think that's the same, but basically the buff is that he gained 20% offense on his tank, and now his ground units actually get a defensive buff too, which is pretty huge if you think about it. Infantry, tanks, all ground units get 10% buff in their defense, which was not there before. Super CO power, he gets 2 plus maximum range for his indirect units, so he's like Grit, basically. He's the Grit of Days of Ruin. And then everything on the map gets these applicable bonuses, which is pretty nice. So he's going to be sharp shooting. His ground units are all going to have that 10% defense, and his indirect units are going to have plus 20 offense, and they're going to have that 2% range. Meanwhile, Metemo, he chose Will. Now, why would you choose Will on this map? Well, Will, the ground unit specialist. All ground direct units, 20% offense. Pretty good. Not as much defense. So overall, you actually stack. So it's going to be 30% offense, 10% defense. So pretty decent coverage, and I should mention that Gauge is also stacked as well. All units in CO zone, so this is going to be 20% defense for your ground units, not just 10% total, because everything in the CO zone automatically gets 10-10. Think of it like a CO power in Advance Wars. Adder gets 10-10 whenever he uses a CO power. Anyway, anything in that range, which is going to be the exact same. CO base range is 2, and it expands for every 30% or 30 CO zone expansion. So anyway, unit specialist, but why would you choose Will here? Well, I'll tell you why. His CO power, ground direct units, 20% offense, 2 movement. Okay, that's cool. That's kind of like, you know, adder, or no, that's like max, right? Yeah, it's like max. You know, ground unit. Ground direct units includes infantry and mechs, folks. So those mechs will have, this is combining like a Sidewinder with a max force. This is pretty devastating. One of the best CO power, super CO powers in Advance Wars Days of Ruin right here. So mechs move farther, tanks move farther. However, you do not get the copter movement. So that part of the max, not so transferable. So, but all units get 10%, 10%. Anyway, they didn't buff Gwil because he's already pretty damn good and he's got one of the best soundtracks in the game. So what more can you do to him? But a pretty equal matchup. Before, Gage would be much worse, but now with that buff, ground units more defensive, indirect units good on this map. We're in for a banger. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin. I'm gonna just put this on a little timer thing, and I'm just gonna be chilling back here. It's on auto move over here, so I might pause at some interesting moments, but for now, just sit back and enjoy. So Plague in the bottom in the purple nerps, and Matemon in the top in the ready beds. So, pretty standard infantry build so far. You got your chains going on. No real deviations so far. No early Riki Freakies. The Recon's not particularly good. Maybe on the weaker side. I would consider this the weaker side for purple and this the weaker side for red because there is no airport. There's one base versus one base, one airport. Typically the airport side is going to have a little bit more leverage, a little more strength on that side because you have 2 units coming at you instead of 1. So red is going for the sneaky property over here. Knowing this is his strong side, he's going for the early extension. Will it pay off? I don't know. Plague has no idea about it, though. Red actually grabbed both corner properties here, which can be pretty sneaky. Does not opt to go for that property, though, because he might have gotten trapped. And maybe purple will get trapped here if he's not careful. So our first build, actually, here is a flare, which is a new unit. It can move, but it can't move and shoot a flare. A flare basically just illuminates a, what's it, a 2x2 thingy of light. Anyway, we'll see soon enough, so I'm not going to pause too much because this is not a short game. But he gets trapped, and I like how they say, no! It's kind of a nice little addition they have. But looks pretty equal in terms of the income so far. No one's getting a sneaky prop. Red got the sneaky prop, but looks like Plague's going to get that sneaky prop over there. And we actually see a CO unit in an infantry, which is kind of a rarity in Advance Wars Days of Ruin. 9 times out of 10, it's a tank. 1 times out of 10, it's a copter. Okay, I'm exaggerating. 7 out of 10, tank. 2 times out of 10, copter. For like Waylon and Tasha or whatever. But very rare infantry CO. Because they typically die a lot easier. So you want a more longer movement unit. And also something that can live longer. So infantry does not cover either of those. So it's very unusual to see an infantry as a CO unit. So a little bit of a strange start. I'm liking Plague's beginning over here. He's got... already has a tank, got an artillery. He's going for this captured property. He can build a copter next turn if he so chooses. Anything that gets hit within the CO zone will generate power. So he's looking pretty good. And he's got this contested property over here. He probably needs an anti-air ASAP because a copter is incoming soonest. I would expect the next build to be an anti-air at the bottom for Plague. But here comes the BBs. The bikers are coming in. Probably going to see a copter this turn as a reinforce. 2 shots to the infantry. There's also promotion bonuses. Once you kill a unit, you get upgraded to 1, 2, veteran. Veterans have 20-20. Ooh, look at that Boomba right there. Ooh, that's a cap, but red can interrupt. But anyway, yeah, the more kills you get, the stronger units become. We'll just sum it up as that. Look at the other videos. If you don't understand Days of Ruin, please look up the other videos. I don't want to explain everything in every single video. But the tank comes in. Bagunga. Baganga. Coming in. Banga. One Piece manga. Yeah, see, you really wish you had that anti-air this turn. He does not have it, and red is pouncing on this. He's going for all 3. He's going for the throat over here. But meanwhile, red's going for the throat, but purple's going for the scrot. So, better watch out over there. Artillery's going to have a nice nestling point over here. Defends pretty much everything. Copter coming in. Doesn't want to reveal itself. I would maybe, front shift, maybe. Maybe that's just me. But you have the freaking thing front shifted. I didn't even have time to talk about that. This is a longer game, so... but this flare front shifting is revealing everything over here, so both sides are actually looking pretty good. Actually, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. We might go a little too Need for Speed right here. Let's go to 200. Let's go to 200. Right. Now, front shifting the anti over there. Very curious. Very curious. And the tank, everything is front shifting. This is wild. Okay. This is not a very fun front shift, but you can do it. So red is opting to capture everything here, and then just shift everything over here with a big old rocket in his pockets. Like I said, indirects are pretty good. Rockets still cost 15k though, they ain't cheap. So red wants to get all 3 of these and prevent this. That is his MO. Prevent this, keep that, and you're looking good, because it's still 12k to 12k per side. You want to get some sort of income advantage, and you can't push any further than this. Like, that is suicidal. You were within base range at that point. It's dubious. So basically what he wants to do here, 2-hit KO, which he will do. But Genghis, oh, the tank's there though. But now the rocket lockets. And we have a Riki Freaky coming in. So looking pretty good for Metamo. He just needs to hold on to this property. Cannot allow that. Tank does a little loop-de-loop to reveal any units. Combines, but it's not going to be enough for the rocket pocket. And this infantry is slowly front shifting as well. It will be in rocket range soon enough, so the rocket will actually generate some charge, which is nice. So, see how he does this. Riki actually comes in, not the rockets. Interesting. He's going to... Oh. Feist E. See, if he had a tank here, he would have been able to suck up all of that charge. Does not have the charge. And gets a hit with the rocket though, at least. Now, Melplague's like, what the hell is going on here? Where did that hit come from? But now, whoa! Comes in the copter, reveals everything, does not see the rocket though. Starting to slowly build up some units down south, trying to do a counter push. Kills off a few units over here, but still looking pretty good for Metamo. But Plague has enough for his superpower. If he wants to use a superpower at any moment, he can get that nice defensive bonus for his ground units, and he can get the 2+ range. Will he use it? It's anyone's guess. When, but Red he did a little bit of front shift, but now he's shifting his infantry. I hate this infantry as a CO unit. I'm just going to say it once, I'll say it 20 times. But, whatever. Red needs to stop this from happening, because now he has a nice... wait, how is blue equal right here? I would assume red is ahead. It's 12k to 12k. Where does he have the made up... What is it? That's very strange. You should be ahead on income, wouldn't you think? Why do you have more... Huh. Oh, it's because he's going for this unit. Sorry, I miscalculated. Plague was going for the throat. These 3. I was confusing this property with the other property. Okay. So now Plague is actually looking pretty scary as well. At any point, +2 range. Now, like I said, there's a lot of posturing in Days of Ruin. That's why I'm kind of going speedy here. They tend to stall out a little bit more. As you may have guessed, we're on day... God knows what now. We're on day 16. I don't know how long this game goes, but I remember it goes for a while. And I don't even remember who wins. That's how long the game goes. But we have the superpower. Boomba. And don't forget this mech. Mechy deck coming right in. Gonna do a big Boomba of damage. Big Boomba energy coming in here. Bam! Right there. Copter coming in. Bam! Right here. And the rocket defense. And oh my goodness, this is brutal. And all Red has to do is pull back over here. Maybe build a tank or 2. But damn, that was a good superpower. Let's do a brief pause and look at the state of affairs right here. Boomba. 18 units to 25. 107,000 to 85,000. Can Plague fight back from this? As he even needs his superpowers, are going to lick his wounds and retreat. Nah. He's fighting into it. He's not using his superpower. This tank is going to die, though. Won't it die or get close to it? Maybe not quite. But that's a struggling tank right there. Will it live? Copter dies. Not looking great for Plaguey. Not looking great for Plaguey. And Red's gonna... He's already got 13 to 11. Soon it's gonna be even more. Can Red stop this over here? He needs to get another rockets to lock it. Can he do that? I don't know, but Plague, is he gonna use it? No, not yet. Patience. Plaguey patience, as they say. Plaguey patience. But Red's going to get that property, and that is on the docket next. That is on the docket for the rocket in his pocket. He wants to get this corner property, and it'll be up 4k. Assuming that Red allows this property to go through, which he should at this point, he can't stop that. So, already posturing to get that property. Is, cannot quite reach yet, because this plane... Actually, it can reach. What am I talking about? It will be able to reach, so... Falling back, though, that looks like it's going to fall to the mech, though. So this is just going back and forth like ping pong. But Plague has something that Red does not have, and that is a superpower. But he has less units, less unit value. Can Plague fight back? I do like the anti-tank. Anti-tanks will also gain range, and they're incredibly hard units to defeat. Reveals does not quite get as close. This can be shot by this artillery. +2, it will hit that, but you need to reveal it first because cities, you have to go by them in order to reveal units. It's like a forest. So, will he be able to spot that rocket and punish? And there's already another little pocket rocket over here. Boonga. Sniffing that out, but this is effectively locked. Yep, now it's definitely locked. Don't even need to use the power for that. Already on day 20. Wow. Ooh! You hate to lose that unit. It costs a lot of money. Oof. I think Plague has to use the superpower here. Boom. He's just going in. Matemo. Matemo going in, man. This is pretty dire, but he's backing off a little over here. He killed a couple units, but these guys are good as dead. Plague superpower. There we go. Boonga. Boom. Bye, rocket. Bye, rocket. Ooh, that hurts. I mean, it's not quite dead, but boom, bang, bong. It's a bunch of hits, and now Plague will tie it up. No one is getting a decisive advantage. Every turn to get a little advantage, the other person fights back. And now Plague's pushing him back over there. So it's really like bouncing back and forth. And now, seemingly, he just waited for that power. And now in comes Mr. Matemo. Matemon over here. Sending in his tanks. He's got numbers, though. He's got tons of tanks. There's tons of artillery, but I think Matemon, he has the number advantage at the bottom over here. Plague goes in. Boom. Bang. Bong. Blang. Bong. But he's right in airport range. Once you kill that 2 anti-air over there, it's looking dire. So, but they're just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now you know I had the game so sped up. Who is going to get a decisive advantage? Who's going to get a decisive advantage? This is not a short game. This is a long game right here. Boom, coming in. Nice shot right there. Nice shot right there. Getting close to a superpower. Actually, he could get a superpower next. He can use it right now, actually, if he wanted to, but you don't want to use it mid-turn. He will probably, yeah, hold off till next turn, and then he'll have a devastating superpower if he so chooses. But Plague is on the counteroffensive. He doesn't have any infantry in order to capture. He has 1 mech over here. But the mech is enough. I mean, a mech can capture. And Brett has a lot more infantry over here to capture. He's got a biker bob over here. He's got a mech over here. He's got this infantry, but it's also the CO infantry, so you don't really want to cap with that. Will he use a superpower? Now he's retreating. Little bit of a wimpkin. A little bit of a wimpkin over here. The Plague only has 212 charge out of 60, so he's nowhere near being able to use a superpower. But Matemon's also being, you know, a little slow. A little slow, healing this mech on the HQ. You know, he's having a good time. Having a good time. Copter's scooping out anything over there. There is absolutely nothing. But it's going to take Plague a couple turns in order for this infantry to reach and get this property. So, if he can get this rocket over here in time, could be helpful. Could be helpful, but I mean, it's pretty much dead even. They both have 25 units. They both have like 111,000. Matemon has a very slight lead, but it's incredibly slight. And now he senses it slight because he's pushing pretty hard. He's not using his super CO power. If he did, he could have captured this with the mech. He could have done a whole bunch of things, but he's holding off using it. I think he wants to use it so it hits both sides, not just one side. So, holding off a little bit. Probably wants to wait till this infantry captures something, and then he can finish it off. Because there's not many other infantry. There's one over here, but not that many to really take advantage of this. Neither guy has a decisive advantage. This is one of the closest matchups I've ever seen. It's just back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. Boom, boom. Matemon has an infantry advantage. Sorry, an income advantage. Soon's going to try to press that. He needs to get this rocket back in range over here, or else he's going to convert with the infantry, though. So, maybe move that. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's at 9 HP, probably. There you go. Perfect. Matemon's looking pretty good here. Can Plague prevent that from happening. Boonga. Bangus. Not allowing that cap. Ever so slightly with a weakened anti-air. And come the artillery. There's a huge wall coming. I'm assuming he's probably going to build like a anti-tank soon in order to really buff up his defenses in the south. He doesn't have enough money though. So he's slowly saving up maybe for an anti-tank. He's only got 11,000 now. Meanwhile, Mr. Matemon, he's at 13,000. He's a rich boy. 13,000. Oof. Boom comes the rocket. Still not using the CO power. Goes off that artillery. I don't know. Well, he has to use the power in order to reach. Plague only has 12 in power, so builds an APC now. Is this a flex, or does he really want it to transport? TBD. But Plague is about to get this, or Metamon's about to get this property and be ahead 4K. 14,000 to 10,000. That's not great. Can Plague come back from this income disadvantage? Is Metamon going to shift everything north and reinforce it like he did last time? Or can he think he can hold both sides? And how do you do a final push? Is there even day limit? I don't even think there's day limit on this map. Or even in Advanced Wars Days of Ruin anyway. Like, when does the game end? I've seen some, like, 50-turn games. Oh god, is this 50 turns? Alright, what is Plague gonna do? Okay, reveals. You just gotta bide his time that time, I guess? He's just building a bunch of artillery. And every turn, that's just gonna reveal over here. Is there anything to look at? Red's just happy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna bank 4K every single turn. Like, why would I even need to push that much farther? He has a superpower ready. He can just chill, build a copter every single turn now. It's looking good for Mr. Metamon, and it's starting to get a little out of control in terms of the income. Can Plague somehow turn this around? I mean, he's starting to get a nice little wall of artillery. Nice little wall of artillery. I mean, it's so many artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 artillery. There's 3 tank. Yeah, I think the artillery are going to win. But Metamon isn't letting up at the top either. He's getting his rockets in position. He's getting his anti-air in position. He's got tons of mechs. And remember, mechs with the superpower, that's 4 movement, and they hit like a truck. And these aren't normal mechs. They're veteran mechs. This thing is going to have one-shot tanks and shit. So watch out. Maybe not one-shot, but like on a road maybe. On a plane, probably knock you down to 1, maybe 2. What can Plague do, though? Yeah, that's an interesting engagement right there. Okay, it's not quite reached. Fighting back, but, oh, I feel like a superpower is coming, and this is going to be punishable. This is going to be punishable. Will Red push? I think he senses it. He pulls back, he's like, yeah, there's definitely a superpower coming. I need to, like, back the bluff up. Will he use it? Not using a superpower. Very interesting. Not using a super... Okay, now he's using it, apparently. Is he going to baboon himself in there? Bagonkus. Bagonkus. Is this worth it? I mean... I guess? Okay, I would've... Oh, wow. 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 Whoa, look at those mechs do work. Look at those mechs do work. Oh, God. And then the copter... Oh, man. That is a massacre up top. That is a massacre. I would not have done this, though. Like, you want to pull back? The Plague isn't giving up. Plague isn't giving up. No way. There's no way Plague can come back from this. I mean, he's a great player, but, like, he's building a medium tank. I mean, it's 12K rather than 16K, so it's slightly weaker, but, I mean, there's a rocket there, though. He's getting a lot of kills, and he's definitely got superpower ability now. He just needs to... somehow hold over here? I mean, yeesh. Bam. Cap. Everything's just gonna be cap. It's gonna be the cappening. How can Plague hunker down and hold this out? I mean, he's down 4K. He's about to be down 6K. What can he do? Boonga. I mean, I guess he can hope Metamon baboons himself into him and just got like double the freaking unit value right here. Dang. What can Plague do? Going in, he's... Well, okay, that's a good hit right there. That's a good hit. Kill the rocket. Boom. Bang. He's getting a lot of kills. Sneakily getting his unit count a little bit better. I mean, he's at 18 to 26, so it's not a great look. And he's basically conceded all these properties. Like, he's going to lose the airport. How do you come back from losing the airport, Plague? Plague pulled this... No way, Plague. I thought this was a little closer game, to be honest. I thought Plague just, like... I thought Plague won, actually. Did he win? Let's find out. I mean, now Red's back in the bluff up. He's back in the bluff up. He's about to lose some units. Bagangus. Alright. Can't quite capture this property. That's really frustrating. He needs like an APC, he needs like bikes or something to really get those properties back, because he's in dire straits now. He's down 16K to 8K. He's poor as hell. Hell, even a superpower, you can reach the HQ and cap it and win. Well, not really, because he's not here, but still. Looking very dire. How do you come back from this? Let's see what Play can do. He's got a missiles. Missiles got upgraded. They now have 1 extra range. Now they're like 3 to 6 rather than 3 to 5, I think. Whoa, look at that range. That's ginormous. He's gonna try to missile lock the airport. If Play can pull this off, I will be extremely impressed. Extremely impressed. And he's going for the HQ. Like, I don't know how you come back from this, man. That is so many copters. That is so many units. Metamon's not even, like, chancing it. He's like, I don't know about that. I saw the medium tank. I saw those units. He's locking his HQ just in case. He will get back some income. Now it's only 8k, 16k. Okay. Okay, well, he needs to get this corner property to make it even-ish. Okay, interesting. Does not know about the missiles yet. Okay, no, not quite. I mean, a lot of these air units are gonna die, though. A lot of these air units are gonna die. Is it worth the HQ cap? It's gonna be a lot of air units gonna die here. Bank, bonk, bink, blonk, boom, bang. A lot of air units just died right there. A lot of air units died right there. Okay, is Play gonna... No way. I mean, he killed a lot of air units, but he's still down 160 to 110. And he's getting threatened in his base range over here. Look, I mean, there's a rocket peering down his throat right there. I don't know how you come back from that. I don't know how you come back from that. Did Plague actually come back from this, or am I, like, hallucinating? I thought this game was, like, crazier. There's no way. No way you can come back from this. Ain't no how. Still not resigning, though. This game is, interesting. But how do you stop, like... And he's just not resigning. That's what makes me curious. I would have resigned like 10 turns ago, but Plague hasn't. He must know something I don't. Or is it true baboon? A true sadist? Or what's the masochist? Okay. Alright, Plaguey. You're only behind 6k because you're losing these incredibly hard to recapture property. You don't even know an airport. There's more rockets coming. There's double Okay. Listen. Plague, you cannot win this. There is no way you win this. No way. There's no way. What is going... What? No way. No way. I will... I don't know, I gotta think of some dare to do, because, like, I don't see it. How do you stop this? How do you stop that? Alright, Play Good must be a sadist. We're gonna skip a few turns. Yeah, that's unstoppable. How do you stop that? Okay. Okay, maybe okay. Okay, we'll resume from here. Maybe. How the... This is actually looks terrible, but half decent. Look better than before. It still looks god awful. I mean, he's gonna get the airport, I guess. There's double rockets, though. Double rockets on each side. Oh man, that looks really bad. That looks incredibly bad. He's gonna resign this turn, no doubt. There's no way. What? This is gonna be a massacre. Oh my god. Bang! Oh, this is... If he doesn't resign here, then he's just trolling. This is a massacre. He's gonna even lose a CO unit. Oh, what a massacre. Oh my god. There's no chance. There's zero. He's got triple his unit value. Alright, Plague. You better not take a turn here. Okay, good. Okay, that game wasn't as close as I remembered. I haven't watched it in like a year. It was still interesting, though. I mean, it was a little wonky, I guess. I thought it was closer to that. But, okay. Well, I hope you guys were entertained regardless. Yeah, I'm hoping to do some more Days of Ruin. Comment in the comment section if you want to see more Days of Ruin games, because they don't get quite as many views as normal Advance Wars. So, if you want it, better ask for it nicely in the chat, or else I'm just going to keep doing more of the other games. So, hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys were entertained, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.